I want to tell you that Kansas City is not always this cold.
Right, yeah, well, I'm heading to Miami tomorrow, so it's in the 80s, so it'll be much warmer. But, I mean, the warmth of the public compensated for the cold outside.
Great. Well, we want to take your questions tonight, and so if you'll just raise your hand, I'll call on you. And what questions do we have for Mr. Giltburg? Right back here.
Well, sometimes, depending on whether if I'm really immersed in the music, no. But usually then nobody comes. And if somebody's coughing, I take it as a sort of warning sign that I'm not totally in there. So there's a very nice story about Rachmaninoff writing in a letter to his friend, and when he performed the Corelli variations, every time anyone would cough in the public, he would jump over the next variation. And he said that out of 20, he has never in his entire life performed all 20. And he had at most performed 18 and at least 10. So jumping over every second variation. So that's coughing for you. Yes, I do practice. I do normally 8 hours a day, sometimes going up to crazier hours if it's an important concert. I won't tell you up to how many because you're thinking I'm completely out of my mind. My normal routine, if I'm doing 8-9 hours, is 10 till 2, then break for 2 hours, and then from 4 till 8, 9, 10, and so on. My favorite pianist is Arthur Rubinstein, and I do speak Russian. It's my mother tongue, so I do. Well, the idea is to have a fully relaxed body. When your apparatus is completely relaxed, then you have, in fact, a bigger control. It's a bad metaphor, but like when shooting, if your muscles are tense, then the gun is shaking. So it's better to have relaxed fingers, shoulders, arms, wrists, whatever. So, and practice. My mom is she graduated as a choir conductor, but she worked as a pianist and a piano teacher for her entire life, and she was my first teacher. My grandmother is also a pianist and a piano teacher, and she's still performing. And my great-grandmother was also a piano teacher. So. Well, it depends on the piano. The better the piano, the less time you need to adjust, because the piano reacts better, so you can establish contact much quicker. If you have a worse piano or a piano of a manufacturer whom you're less acquainted with, then you need just more time, and the best way to adjust a piano is to practice on it, is to forget that you're adjusting and just to practice normally, and after a few hours you start. Because you're listening to whatever you're doing and you're trying to achieve the same sort of sound you're looking for every time. So slowly your ears and your hands are adjusting by themselves. But sometimes it can be very painful and not very nice process.
What is your favorite kind of piano?
German Steinway.
German Hamburg Steinway. Yes, right here. Very good.
I would like to compose, but I don't have any talent whatsoever in composing, so I do not compose because there are quite enough other composers. And I played for 1 year the organ, for 1 year the harpsichord, and for 1 year the hammerklavier, the old version of piano. And I played for 3 months the violin when I was 5, and it was a total disaster, so we should forget about that.
Quite a long time, actually.
Since I was 7. My first time on stage was when I was 7, and gradually since. computer games quite a lot, reading as much as I can. I do swimming. I meet up with with friends, so sort of leading an almost normal life.
You do play Guitar Hero?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
How do you know? Did Tim tell you?
Yeah, Tim told me.
All right. Well, I swing 3 times a week whenever I'm home, crawl style. It's very helpful for the back. And yes, I do have a certain set of exercises, so if things are going tense, then I sometimes do them. The thing is, too much muscle weight is bad for playing, because since the sound comes from the back, anything that blocks sound here in terms of big muscles, which you gain by lifting weights, is in fact counterproductive.
So it's more about flexibility.
Yeah, and maybe, well, having some muscles helps for having a bigger sound, but not tense, not very worked out muscles.
Right.
Well, no, I think they're so different in the challenges they pose to the pianist that you almost never compare them. Even technically, they are completely different. The sort of problems you encounter in Rachmaninoff, you almost never encounter in Prokofiev. Also, the music, of course, is so very different. So somehow, my entire thinking of the two of them is somehow separated. So I'd say probably just from the point of view of the size of the hand, Rachmaninoff is a bit more complex for me, because Prokofiev had not such huge hands as Rachmaninoff did, so his stretches are less problematic. I'm not sure of myself. I know we had a piano when I was a little kid, and as far as I know, I asked Mom to teach me, and she didn't want to. She was very reluctant. She thought that we had enough pianists in the family, that I could be better off doing other things, you know, a doctor, lawyer. And I'm not sure what drove me to be so insistent at that point. But later I think that the music itself became my inspiration, and of course several of my musical heroes, both pianists and conductors, singers. I must say that since I'm practicing quite a lot, I don't play for... Well, no, sorry, wrong. I really like vocal music, lead, so that's something which I play just for myself. But normally, if I want to relax and do something with music, I listen to music. So, and if you ask which music I'm listening to, I'm into heavy classics, like heavy rock. So I'm very heavily into classics. Not really. I started giving master classes this year, but this was something I was really afraid of doing before, because I felt I didn't have the knowledge and the experience yet. And it's a very heavy responsibility to teach. And as for normal teaching, I just don't have enough time every day, you know, to dedicate every day so many hours to students.
Let's give Mr. Giltburg another